Comfort is something that a lot of us desire. However, it is one of our biggest downfalls, especially for young men. Everybody wants to be comfortable and be comfortable in their life, comfortable in their skin, and all that other stuff. Nobody wants to really be uncomfortable, as it's something that is not really desirable, or I should say, wanted. However, I would say that it's very needed in order for you to progress through your life. As you live your life, you start to realize that even though being comfortable is nice, it's relaxing, it's fun, you can do what you want, it's very limiting because I feel like comfort is something that I feel like our desire to be comfortable is a chain put on us as if we are carrying around a boulder. Like if you ever seen one of those cartoons where they're in the prison and they have a chain and they're chained to a giant rock or a ball or whatever, I feel like that's how comfort is for us. You really don't start to grow until you break out of your comfort zone. Let's take example, for example, meeting new people. If you decide to stay in your comfort zone, it's unlikely that you're going to meet new people unless those people come up to you. But even if those people do come up to you, it's unlikely that you're going to actually get to know them, as they may make you uncomfortable. You may be vibing out with your friends and then somebody comes up and says, "Hey, I think you're pretty cool. I was wondering if I can get to know you a little more." Since you're uncomfortable, you may turn that down, but that could have been somebody that would have been a great friend. You never know. But since you're clinging to that comfort, that's something that you're never going to find out because you didn't take that chance. I feel like life is all about taking chances. It's all about taking risks and putting yourself in uncomfortable positions to further excel yourself. Sometimes in life, we're forced to make uncomfortable decisions. I feel like when it comes to things like getting a partner, getting a partner or getting married, all of those things can be uncomfortable. Yeah, they're exciting, but it's also a very big decision that you have to make for yourself and also have to make for your partner as well. Obviously they have their own things that they want, but you're deciding really for both you and your partner if this is the best action for you by choosing to get married or choosing to get in a relationship and all that other stuff. However, the only way that it can happen is if you put yourself in that uncomfortable position. You know, Same thing when it goes to being an entrepreneur or trying to start a YouTube channel, trying to start a social media company or anything of the sort, anything that's different from working a normal job. Even when it comes to working jobs, you have to put yourself in an uncomfortable position going into that interview because you don't know what the outcome could be. So I'm here to tell you to get used to that discomfort. Get used to putting yourself in uncomfortable positions. Honestly, get used to it to the point that you being uncomfortable is comfortable to you. It's no longer you feeling uncomfortable. Or I would say, not that it's no longer you feeling uncomfortable, but you start feeling uncomfortable being too comfortable, if that makes sense. That's honestly how I feel right now. I'm starting to break out of my shell a little bit. I started posting on IG a little more. I started talking to different people and getting to know people. And even though it's not comfortable starting off, it's pretty fun in the long run, because I just been in my own bubble with the same friends for all these years and been living in the life of comfort, and I haven't really made much progress. However, this year I really put myself in uncomfortable positions, like starting this YouTube channel and expressing myself freely on here, where I really started to realize that I'm making a lot of progress, you know? Mm. And it's pretty interesting because I keep telling myself that I feel like I made more progress this year than I have made the entire last year. And whether that may or may not be true, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, last year I was comfortable. And I feel like I'm still comfortable to this day. Yeah, I'm kind of breaking out of my comfort a little bit, but there are still things that I'm doing that keep me in that comfort level. And it honestly makes me uncomfortable because I'm just being too comfortable. If I could get $1 for every time I'd say the word comfortable on here, I'd be pretty rich, wouldn't I? I feel like the only way that you can progress in life is to embrace the unknown and take that risk. That is the only way you can progress in life. If you don't embrace the unknown and take that risk, then you're just stalling. You're just existing. And if you're just existing, you're dying. You're not growing, you're dying. That's what it is. Going to the gym. It's uncomfortable at first. I remember when I first went to the gym, I was scared that people were going to judge me for how skinny I am and all that other stuff, but it doesn't really make sense. The whole reason we're going to the gym is to get better. And until I realized that, I was uncomfortable going to the gym. But now I made all this progress, and I wouldn't have made that progress at all if I never put myself in that zone, I would say, taking that risk, potentially embarrassing myself, even though going to the gym is not embarrassing and it should never be embarrassing. Our mind plays tricks on us. And that's why comfort holds us back so much because our mind likes what is in the knowing. However, once you start reaching in the areas of the unknown, then you start thinking all these thoughts, start overthinking, what if this happens? What if that happens? You want to go talk to a cute girl or a cute guy. What if they do this? What if they do that? You got to take all that and just throw it out the window and just tell yourself, you know what? I'm going to go talk to them. And even if they yell at the top of their lungs, get away from me and all this other stuff and put me in a super embarrassing situation, at least I can say I did it. I had a I had a gym crush that I was messing with for a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like we wouldn't talk. I would just see her here and there, and I developed a little crush on her, and I kept. It was a cycle, I would say. So I would go to the gym, I would see her, I would tell myself that I'm gonna talk to her. I end up not talking to her because my brain is overthinking and choosing comfort over the discomfort of facing the reality that I could be rejected, and so it causes me to not want to talk to her. But with me making that decision, it causes so much pain that really it's not even worth it to stay comfortable. So one day I go over there and I just tell myself, you know what? I'm just gonna say how I feel. I go up to her and I'm just like, "Excuse me, I think you're very pretty, and I was wondering if I can get your number." She was like, "I can give you Instagram." I already knew it was over. I already knew it was over. She had like 4,000 followers. I knew it was over. And even though it felt kind of embarrassing and it was kind of a punch to my ego, because I requested her and she never accepted my request. And it's been like a couple of days. It hurt my ego a little bit, but hey, now I can say to myself that I followed through on what I told myself I was going to do, even if it was uncomfortable, even if it was something that was in the unknowing, you know? So I just want you to do the same. And I encourage you to do the same. Because if you don't, you're just going to stay in the same position. And if you stay in the same position, you're dying, you're not growing. And this channel is all about growing. And I want to see you guys grow as much as I want to see myself grow. I couldn't really find a spot outside to record a video, so I just decided to record in my car in this random parking lot. Honestly, I'm making a pretty uncomfortable move right now, you know. I don't have any tints on my windows. So somebody I have cars parked next to me. I have a car parked right next to me right here. Another car right next to me on the other side. Both of them can look in and they'll see my camera literally standing up on a tripod. I'll show you guys the tripod once I'm finished talking. But literally have this camera standing on a tripod in my car, and I am sitting here in my car talking to the camera. Because I could really ask myself, am I going to let me and my comfort get in the way of making today's video? Yeah, I can go make the video in my room, but I don't feel like making it in my room today. I want to go outside. It's getting nicer outside and all the other stuff. I was out and about. I was originally planning to record at a school close by to my dad's house, but it ended up being occupied, so I went somewhere else. But after looking for a spot for a couple of minutes, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to record in the car. And that's the last thing I'll say is that people don't care as much as you think they do. You know, like for example, me recording this video on this camera in the car, I could be worried like, oh, what if somebody sees me? What if somebody judges me? Who cares? Who cares? Because just think about it in your perspective. If you saw somebody doing something weird in their car and they were recording themselves with a big ass camera, you would look and be like, what are they doing? And then you would just move on. Would you realistically go up to them and ask them, hey, what are you doing? Why are you recording? You know how embarrassing that is? No. You're just gonna move on. People don't care. People really don't care. If I really wanted to, maybe I'll do this one day, but I can literally go to the city, set up this tripod in one of a public walkway or something, and just get to the recording. Yeah, people may say something about them not wanting to be recorded, which is completely fair, and I'd be willing to respect that. However, I don't know, maybe I'll try it out one day. Maybe I'll really take the time to put myself in a extremely uncomfortable situation because I'm going to be honest, I am uncomfortable with recording myself in front of people. When strangers start walking around, I start to get a little tense and want to cut the video short. However, maybe I should do that to myself to really break out of my comfort zone and see how far it can go. But let me show you today's setup and then I will end this video. All right, boop. So currently in the car, this is the tripod on the floor. Got a car next to me, just a walkway in front. You know what I'm saying? A car next to me here. It's literally just, you know what I'm saying? Like, none of my windows have tints. I hope you guys can still see me. It's getting dark, but yeah, that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Who cares? Nobody cares. Nobody cares what you do. As long as you're not hurting anybody or hurting yourself, nobody cares. So just do what you do and get uncomfortable. Get out of that comfort zone because it's going to keep you stuck. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope you learned something from it. I will see you in the next video tomorrow. If you have a subject that you would like me to cover that I haven't covered yet, leave it on a comment down below as I'm starting to run out of things to talk about. But we can just go back to yapping instead of me giving advice. I don't mind that either. But I appreciate you for watching. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.